Hello, my hospice family. Hello. Welcome back to Dunshospice. My name is Dawn, and I am your hospice registered nurse. All right. Welcome back. Welcome back to my channel. You guys, thank you so much for your support, for your comments, for subscribing, because I really want the topic of hospice to be a normal topic, because end of life care is something that we all have in common. Okay, one day, we're all going to be going to be at end of life. The moment we are living, the moment we are born, okay, the moment you are born, we are dying. Okay, so I want us to know as much as possible so we could be well equipped for when that time comes. Okay, and please subscribe, continue to follow me, to support, because I am here for you. And ask me any questions. Please do not be shy, because I know you guys looking at this video, you guys are probably a caregiver yourself, or are in the medical staff, or know somebody who's currently taking care of a loved one who's at end of life. So please share, comment, let's interact with each other. Okay, now that being said, I want to talk to us about DNR, okay? Hospice care and DNR, having a do not resuscitation, okay? Signing the do not resuscitation form. DNR, what does DNR stand for? It stands for do not resuscitate. Okay, do not resuscitate. Now I'm just gonna get straight to the point, because that's how I teach, that's how I am. Okay, now I urge us, please listen to me, please, my hospice family. When you decide to put your loved ones under hospice care, all right, once the doctor has says that there's no cure for your loved ones and that your loved ones have 6 months or less to live, okay, we have exhausted all aggressive treatments, all right, and now it's time to focus on quality versus quantity. All right, once the person is under hospice care, please, my beautiful people, please, my hospice family, I urge you, fill out the DNR form, do not resuscitate. Please do not let your loved ones become a full code. I beg you, okay, I beg you. And this is from personal experience, okay? This is from personal experience. I want to tell you a real life story, So, I was on call, okay? I was working on call, and I had a patient that I got the phone call that she has passed, okay, that she has died. All right, so I went to the home to do the pronouncement. Now, even before I went to the home to do the pronouncement, I always look at their charts to see if they have a DNR form, if they have a DNR, order, meaning, we don't have to do CPR. That is just straight cut. So I looked into her chart, and I saw that she was a full code, meaning that, it's CPR. We need to try to resuscitate her. So I called my supervisor. Okay, I said, this person, can you please clarify if this person is indeed full code or if she's a DNR? And then my manager, clarified and says, yeah, this person is a full code. So therefore that means we have to call the police, okay, to get the police involved. All right, now follow me, my beautiful people, take notes, okay, take notes, please, I urge you, okay, real story, real life here. All right, and so I got to the home, okay, and the patient clearly had passed. There are no sign of life. There's no heartbeat, no respiration. The person is has gone to see Jesus. Okay. And so I told the family, I said, because mom did not have a DNR form, I told the family that because mom does not have a DNR form, I need to call the police. Okay, that's procedure. I need to call the police, and they're the ones who has to deem the patient, dead, because if they're not a DNR, meaning do not resuscitate, if the person is a full code, we need to contact the police when we get there. And the police, okay, the EMS, the ambulance people, they have to make that determination, okay? And so the family's like, no, don't call the police. The patient is on hospice. The patient, has passed, and we just want her to go out peacefully. And I had to explain to them, I said, ma'am, I cannot do the pronouncement. I have to follow the rules. Like, that is law. And just to rewind, okay, that same family, I was told by my supervisor that their nurse, okay, because every patient is assigned a nurse, because I was coming in as the on-call nurse. So I just got the call and I went to do the pronouncement because their nurse was not available. Okay, the regular nurse was not available. All right. And so my supervisor told me, even before I went, that the family was reluctant to sign the form, that they wanted to keep the patient as full code. And according to the notes, the regular nurse had this conversation with the family, and still they did not want CPR. Okay? All right. And so I had to follow instructions. I had to obey the rules. Rules are rules. And as a nurse, you'll know the number one thing to do to protect yourself is to follow the rules. Follow orders. Now, so I called 911, okay? So, but first, before I called 911, when I did call 911, the EMS showed up. Okay, the EMS showed up before the police did. Okay, so the ambulance showed up somehow before the police. I don't know how that happened, because they usually have to come together. They usually show up together. But anyhow, so the EMS guy came, and then the EMS guy says, we need to put her down. We're gonna have to put her down to start CPR. And the family heard this, okay? And one of the daughters flipped. She started screaming, crying, no, don't do that. You can't do that. And so the EMS guy says, all right, so since you said no, then we're going to clearly note it that you don't want CPR. Now, and I was just standing there and I felt horrible. Okay. I felt horrible that, the EMS even had to be there and all of this ordeal, because all of this could have been prevented. All of this could have been prevented. So thank God, the EMS didn't, they listened to what she says. They did not do CPR. But get this. And then maybe like 3 minutes later, the police came. Okay, the police came and, in their crew. Actually, yeah, it was the deputy, okay, from the county. And I'm sorry, sergeant. It was a sergeant deputy who came, from the county. And then, they came with their crew. And then they have like their own set of machines. And so he said, because there's not a written order, there's not a DNR form, okay, because the patient is a full code, he still has to check her heart for activities. Okay, so they had to put stripped on her for activities. And he says, if there's any sign of life, it doesn't matter what the family says, they're gonna have to go in and do CPR. Oh my God, the family was like, no. But then the police said, sorry, ma'am, step aside. We're gonna have to put a strip into the patient to do CPR. Now, mind you, this is like a little fragile elderly lady in her 90s, okay? And you guys who are in the medical staff know that CPR is not like, it's not something that's light, okay? Like, there's a lot of force, it's forceful, and people end up breaking their ribs, and so now that it's like, now imagine your mom is dead, you don't want all that stuff to be going on, like, come on. But they have to follow rules. So get this, okay? Thank you, Jesus. They did not find any activity of life in her. Like, her heart had completely stopped. There were no trace of activities. There were no basically it was a flat line, okay? And that's only because she had been dead 2 hours before. So roughly by now it was 2 hours since she took her last breath. Okay, since the patient took her last breath, so therefore, you know, her heart had completely stopped. Now, had that been right when she had, you know, taken her last breath, because I believe, you know, a few minutes after, you know, they could have still seen, you know, signs of life. All right, but it was 2 hours later, they did not see anything. And so thank God, I was so relieved. The family was so relieved. And then he said, all right, we are good to go. She's completely gone. We're not gonna do CPR. We're just going to leave it alone. And then the family was so relieved. I was so relieved. We all just took a deep breath. Now, my beautiful people, I'm sharing this real life experience just to let you guys know that this all could have been avoided, okay? Because usually 99% of the time, okay, this could have been avoided if only the family had changed the patient code status from full code to DNR. Because we want it to be a peaceful, a smooth transition, okay? Because normally what happens is that I get the phone call, I go to the house, okay? I check on, you know, the heart rate, the lung sound. I check to see if there's any, you know, sign of life. And if there's none, then I call it in and I said, you know, the patient, you know, has passed. You know, I make the proper phone calls to the proper parties and I report it and I write my notes. You know, I stay with the family. We call the funeral home. The funeral home removes the body and it's peaceful. Okay? It's peaceful. But if you are a full code and you're under hospice care and you pass, best believe there's going to be a lot of turmoil, okay? A lot of, you know, stress. It's going to be a stressful situation because the EMS will have to be knocking at your door, the police will have to be knocking at your door, and who knows what else is going to happen. Now, that could all be avoided, my beautiful people. Okay, so please, I urge you, okay? I urge you. If your loved ones is under hospice care, do not make them a full code. Do not make them a full code. Please make sure you change their status to DNR, because trust me, you don't want your loved ones to be on the floor and about 4 strong guys on top of them doing CPR when, you know, your spouse is dead, when they had already passed at home peacefully. And they're not going to, the CPR wouldn't do anything but cause more harm. So my beautiful people, my hospice family, this is what I wanted to share with you guys, okay? Please comment, subscribe, let me know your thoughts on CPR versus full code when under hospice care, okay? And if you have any idea, and if you have a topic you would like me to speak on, if you have a question or a particular topic matter you'd like me to speak on regarding end of life, hospice, or your experiences, please write it in the comment, okay? Write it in the comment. Let me know, okay? As always, my beautiful people, I love you with the love of Jesus Christ. See you in the next video, okay? Take care.